Hello everyone, welcome to Shark Dissection. From this video, we are going to know the external and the internal parts of the fish and its function.
So, as you can see, here we have our shark which is ready to be dissected after a few minutes. At first, we would like you to have a look on some of the general informations about our specimen, which is the Carcharhinus altimus shark. But before we get deep into the body of the shark, it is important to know what kind of tools we are going to deal with. The first tool is the scissor, which is used to cut different kinds of things in the body, and it is preferred to have sharp tips to cut nicely. The second one is the forceps. They can be used to grab small things from the inside of the shark, like organs, tissues, or just the flesh of the shark. Also, we have the scalpel, but it won't be used a lot rather than making the first cut. It is really sharp, so you need to be careful while using it. Good to mention that you should not have someone else holding the shark for you while you are using the scalpel. So whoever is cutting, he should be the same one that is holding as well. The last tool we can use for dissecting is the probe. They could be useful if you don't want to dive in and use your hands. You can use the probe instead to kind of moving around the internal organs in the shark.
First, let's examine the external parts of the shark. The shark has a pectoral fins behind the head on either side of its body. These are often elongated and are used to keep the shark from sinking to the bottoms of the ocean. As you see, this fins is called the anal fins. Not all shark species present with the anal fins. It is situated between the pelvic fins and the tail on the bottom of the body. These are also used for stability. This is the caudal fins, and you will notice that it has two distinct loops. This is the upper loop of the caudal fins, and this is the lower loop. As you see that the upper loop of the heterocercal caudal fins is significantly longer than the lower loop, and this aids in the locomotion. This is the pelvic fins, located on the bottom of the fish in the front of the anal fins. Help balance of the fish, keep it level, and prevent it from rolling from side to side. Shark has two nostrils, which is a remarkable sense for smell, and as sharks swim, water flows in one side of the nostril and out the other side. As you see, these triangle-shaped teeth are especially designed to kill and eat prey. Sharks have 5 pairs of gill slits located on the side of their heads. Unlike bony fish, they do not have a gill covers. Water must flow across these slits in order for the shark to breathe. Shark has a very typical eye, and this fish has a nictitating membrane which covers the eye to protect it from damage. Another feature you will notice on many sharks are these little tiny pores called ampulla of Lorenzini that make up the electroreceptive system for the shark. Sharks use this sense to detect weak electrical stimulus that are in the ocean emitted by animals.
As you see, they have this dark grayish color on the dorsal surface, which is a blend into a white color on the ventral surface.
Dermal denticles are present in the shark's skin and give it a rough texture that has on. Its a primary human function as sandpaper. These are a small structure that resembles hard, curved teeth but are actually placoid scales.
Let's move and discover the internal structures of shark. Here is the liver, and
the question why is the liver so big? And of course we know that the shark doesn't have a swim bladder. We know that they are when fish relatives have a gas-filled swim bladder that acts as buoyancy control device, and they regulate the amount of gas in the swim bladder to change their position in the water column either up or down. Here is esophagus that have a thick wall, and this is the stomach, have inside lots of very convoluted tissues, and is called rugae, and their function is to increase the surface area available for digestion. You have noticed this tissue here, this very clear suspensory tissues that is holding all of these organs in the place. So all of these suspensory materials is called mesentery. Shark intestine are short and compact. The surface area of intestine is increased by internal valves, or coils, that can take any of the several forms.
Here we can see the gallbladder, which is part of the digestive system. Its main function to store bile produced by the liver before it is delivered to the duodenum via the bile duct. This part shows a small gonad which produce both gametes and hormones necessary for reproduction. While here is the kidney, their kidney reabsorb nearly all filtered urea from the primary urine, and this is an essential component of urea retention in their body fluid. Here is the stomach. Sharks swallow their food whole or bite it into large pieces. Sharks have U-shaped stomach that use very strong acids and enzymes to dissolve most of what it eats. The stomach produced an easily absorbed soupy mush. We were curious to know what was in the stomach, so we opened it and found small fish that doesn't digest well. From this observation and the shape of teeth, we can call carnivores. Here is the heart. Heart is an S-shaped tube that is located in the head region of the shark. It has two chambers, which is the primary function to transport oxygen, nutrient, and byproduct metabolisms. The breathing process for sharks begins and ends with their gills, which they are used for both extracting oxygen from water and getting rid of carbon dioxide out of their bodies.
So here we have reached the end of our amazing journey through dissecting and discovering the external and internal organs of what is known as big-nosed shark. We hope you've enjoyed it. And last, we would like to thank our technicians for their effort with us.